Alright then, what's up everyone? Welcome to episode 5 of my playthrough for Total War 3 Kingdoms, playing as Sun Jian. As always, you're probably used to hearing me say it by now, but I'm trying to build a bit of a following on Twitter and Instagram. So if you're watching this and you haven't already, links in the description down below, you can follow me on there. And without any further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Okay then, so where did we leave off at the end of the last episode? So I think we'd defeated Liu Biao's army, which contained Liu Biao himself, and executed one of his generals, one of his main characters. Bit of a victory for us there, so that was good. And then down in the south, we had taken the armor craftsmen in Changsha with Chengpu's army. Now, these guys, it's saying 2 turns until fully replenished. What I'm thinking I might do is, at the start of the next turn, move them just up to the border here, so they'll still get their final turn of replenishment, but we'll hopefully get eyes on if there's any armies or any defenders here at the tea house in Changsha. So that'll be for Chengpu's army. Now, with these guys, we've got a bit of a dilemma. So this is Huang Gai's army, and contains Lady Wu as well, and Lu Fan. Now, they took a bit of a beating over the last few turns. I think they fought a few battles and have not really had a chance to replenish since then. Now, the garrison here at Jiangling is basically fully replenished, near enough. There's kind of four units there, 2 melee, 2 archers. So a couple of options. If I besiege it with this army, I think they should take it, but then we might lose quite a lot of men in the process. Our generals are even quite weak. And I don't want another army to kind of swoop in and take us out after that. So the other option is that I bring them onto the shore here for a bit of replenishment. Maybe get them in Badong. I'm going to have a think about that, so we'll decide that one in a second. Now, in terms of our commanderies in Changsha, we've got a few buildings which can be upgraded, but we are still losing money. So the only thing kind of keeping us going at the moment is all the battles we've been fighting. We're making money through all of that. We need to get this under control. So a couple of things we can do for that. Let's have a look at the assignments that we've got going on. So I was thinking maybe Lu Su had finished his assignment and that's why the income had dropped, but looks like he's still going. So he's giving us plus 75% income from commerce, silk and spice at the moment. Lady Wu was also giving us some income, I believe, but because she's now a general in that army and the faction leader, she's not doing that anymore. So we're a bit, this is going to run out in 3 turns and then our income's going to drop even further, so we need to do something about it. So I think taking more settlements is going to be the best thing initially, and given that we have nearly 4,000, it might actually be worth us upgrading a building here in Changsha. The trade port's kind of exposed there, it is on the border, could get attacked. The town itself, we could upgrade the land registry office, which will give us a bit more income from peasantry. And a bit more food production as well, which is something else we need, so that's a good candidate for something to build. We could also upgrade it to a small city. I don't think that really improves our income, but gives us more population, which I think in turn, over time, will increase our income. That'll take 6 turns. I quite like the idea of upgrading this land surveying office to a land registry office. Let's do it. The food will help quite massively with that, because we're at -1 at the moment, and that gives us all kinds of penalties. It looks like mainly to reserves, so that's going to affect the supplies that we have available to our troops. Let's just check these quickly. So Lady Wu's gained a rank. I think we dealt with that in the last episode, if I remember rightly. Lady Wu is now a rival of Liu Biao. This character here was killed by Huang Gai. And we gained some ancillaries, that's right, we got the stone axe from the character that we killed. We'll check if anyone can take that shortly, actually. And we know about this one as well, we dealt with this in the last episode. Let's just check Huang Gai here. So his weapon at the moment is a great axe. Do we have any other weapons to give that might be useful? So this spear is actually better. Yep, I'm going to swap him to have the the heirloom spear. Now this stone axe gives +6 to instinct and satisfaction. Might be worth giving him that as well. Let's do it. Okay. Are there any followers we can give him? No, not at the moment. Okay, that's fine. Right, we'll leave that as is. And in terms of a decision to make with this particular army, I think what I'm going to do is actually move them in straight for the attack. Mainly for the income. And they'll start replenishing straight away as long as we take it. I think they're going to have to wait one more turn to do that, actually. Let's have a look. Yeah, they are. Okay, we'll end the turn there then, and we'll attack first thing next turn. Alright then, so a couple of things of note that happened in that last turn. Well, between turns. An army came from the south of the Han Empire. It looked like quite a large force as well, which is a little bit scary. It came from the tea house. They landed around here somewhere, which makes me think that in either these trees here or these trees here. I couldn't quite tell where they ended up. Probably trying to lay an ambush. Now that spells a little bit of disaster for me with regards to this army here. Again, it flashed on really quick and then flashed off. I couldn't quite see how big the army was. I can't really recruit any more troops for here. What does the garrison look like for the armor craftsmen? Okay, so we've got a full garrison there as well, which is another 4 units. So that gives us kind of 10 units and a character. Maybe we can fend off anyone that attacks, but we'll wait another turn now to move these guys. I don't want them to get ambushed. And up in the north then as well, which I just noticed, was that Liu Bao has another army here. Which, even though they're all at like very low strength, they are probably stronger than me right now. Or thereabouts. And there's the garrison as well, so I'm actually irritatingly going to have to pull these guys back. Don't want to, but I'm going to have to, I think, get the replenishment back up. It's going to mean that his army's going to also replenish at the same time, and I'm going to have to fight them and kill them all over again. Unfortunately, I think I'm just going to have to do that. Again, frustrating, but there we go. Character developments then, so there's some more people of merit. And that's about it for this turn. Now, food's running short again. Sorry, not food, money. We've got maybe 2 or 3 more turns out of this until we absolutely have to fight something. So we'll give these guys that much time to replenish. Looks like 6 turns for them. Around between 4 and 6 turns should have them all fully replenished. The general's going to take a bit longer. Well, hopefully when we get them actually into Badong, into the settlement, it'll be a bit better. But let's end the turn there. Hopefully these guys just go away to the north and we can just take Jiangling and sit there for a while. But let's wait and see. Alright then, so Yuan Shu has asked me to join a war against Sun Jian. I believe she sits kind of up in the north and more than likely isn't really going to affect me, so I think I can quite safely accept this for now. He's also going to pay me 2,000, which is money I desperately need, so yeah, let's accept it. We'll keep him happy. I don't think we're in much danger of anything bad happening to us as well, and we will actually help out if we get the chance to as well.
Wisdom met by wisdom.
Alright then, so Cao Cao has declared war on He Yi. Dong Zhuo requested Liu Biao join their war against Zheng Jiang, which is actually good for me because we just declared war on them as well, which is exactly what this is about here. Yuan Shu requested Lady Wu join their war. Zhang Yan invited Han Fu into their coalition, so there's another coalition going on there. Huang Zhu requested their master Liu Biao go to war with... Who is this, sorry? Xia Long. Not sure who that is, but that's fine. Yep, looks like Liu Biao's army is sitting there replenishing and going to be done very shortly. They're going to cause me a ton of problems, lots of spearmen.
Trust instinct.
Not good at all. Still going to take me a few turns to replenish here. Let's get them into the settlement for a bit more replenishment. Maybe we just kind of bait them into attacking me. I don't know. We'll have to see. Traits gained then. Sun Jian has become philanthropic, which gives him resolve authority and public order bonuses. It's fine. Changsha Armor Craftsman has been besieged. I'll show you that in a second. Ambush, which again is the same army. So I'll show you this now actually. So the army that was ready to ambush me down here, they showed themselves, moved north, and they've besieged the Armor Craftsman at Changsha. Not a massive force. I can probably deal with this quite comfortably. They do have 2 heroes though, 2 characters here, whereas I've only got the 1, but I do outnumber them. Looks like I'm going to be taking attrition as well if I don't attack them straight away, so at the end of this turn I will be attacking them. Let's just get rid of all of these. In the meantime, I don't think there's anything else for me to really do. Money's like absolutely tanked now. And I really don't know. Well, I'm guessing it's because we've just been besieged by an army in Changsha. But yeah, we're losing almost 1,000 a turn. I'm not quite sure how this got away from us so badly, but let's check on our reforms as well. I'm going to have a quick look through this actually and make a decision. I want to try and take some sort of reform here that's going to benefit me economically. Even if it's only a little bit, every little's going to help me at the moment. So I'm going to have a quick look through this and then I'll be back with you. Alright then, so not much choice available to me at the moment. However, this one here, Register of Land and Population, I know you can only just see it underneath my face here, but it gives us plus 15% income from peasantry, and I think as we go up this branch of the tree it helps us with income sort of throughout, so we're going to take this one for now. Not expecting this to solve all my problems, but it'll go some way to help. So it's dropped a tiny bit. That's fine. Now I'm definitely not going to be spending any more money on any upgrades. We will wait for the land registry office in Changsha to finish. That should give us a tiny boost to income again. A little bit worried about this army here. They're looking quite strong with all the shielded spearmen. They're very difficult to get rid of unless you get behind them. Really good frontline troops. But it's mainly the numbers. My guys aren't replenishing fast enough really. But not much I can do. I'll have to wait there until it's not an issue anymore. And then over here, I think we're going to fight this battle. So I'm hoping if I charge out against them here, it'll bring my garrison with us. Yeah, it will. So we're still predicted a loss here. They've got some skirmishers. They've got no cavalry. I've got 1 unit of cavalry, so that helps a little bit at least. Get some flanking going and maybe take out their skirmishers. Yeah, let's fight this one on the battlefield, so I'll see you there. Okay then, so it looks like my reinforcements are going to come in from the back here. Now I'm attacking in this battle, so I'm going to have to go to them. So it's probably best if I arrange my men over here somewhere, wait for my reinforcements to come in and then form them all up. Hopefully they don't march towards me. Actually, it wouldn't be a bad thing if they attack me actually, but I'm going to start the battle, let my reinforcements come in, I'll form the troops up into formation here, and then I'll be back with you to show you how I've set the guys up. So, see you in a sec. Alright then guys, so very quickly, because the enemy has actually started moving towards me, I've got all my swordmen up front, I've got my axemen at the back to hopefully get some flanking manoeuvres in, and then I've put my archers here just in the back with Chengpu up at the front, and I've hidden my cavalry here in the woods. So, actually I don't think we're going to have to fast forward because their general has made his way over to me already. So let's form up here, get into position to receive these guys here. I've sent Chengpu after this general, hopefully we can take him out. I wonder if we can actually duel him. So, he doesn't want to duel at the moment, that's fine. Cool, he's moving back, that's fine, let him go. Are they still moving towards me? Yes they are, that's fine. That works in my favour. Now, I don't have any spearmen in this, but they also don't have any cavalry, so it's not too much of an issue. I think in general, we have the stronger troops, but they've got 2 generals as opposed to my 1. But I'm actually glad they're attacking me here because it means I can... Well, I always prefer to play defensively in these games, and I find it a bit easier to defend than I do attack, so it's perfect for me. I'll just hit fast forward here. Okay, they've started shooting at me now. I'm going to try and target their skirmishers if I can. They're going to have to move forward, so let's just move the soldiers forward as well. And let's get the axemen moved up to the flanks. Pop Chengpu's ability there to stop the damage from incoming arrows. That's not good, we've got people fleeing already. Right, let's get the cavalry in, sorry, to take out their archers there. Chengpu is winning this fight, which is brilliant. It's perfect. Send these guys around for a flank. That's good. The cavalry have made it to their skirmishers there. Let's keep them moving. Let's keep them moving around. This general's causing a bit of a problem, but I think we are killing him faster than he's killing us, so that's good. Now, I'm just going to form the archers back up again here, turn them off skirmish mode, and I'm going to have them shoot. Yep. We'll keep shooting at their skirmishers here. We're breaking them on the left-hand side. One of their generals is dead as well. Chengpu is actually running. That's not good. That's really not good. Okay, we've got our cavalry are now free because their archers are all running away, so let's get them flanking into the back. Chengpu has come back, which is good. So have our swordsmen, so let's get them all charging in. Let's send Chengpu after their other general if we can get both of them, that's perfect. Archers, come back, please. Yep, their general is now running. I think we've got this in the bag now, guys. This unit here is also fleeing, so let's pull these guys around to the back. Their archers have come back. That's fine, we can send our cavalry after them. And let's get all of the flanking manoeuvres into the back of their troops now. And I think this is in the bag. Yep, perfect. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time just charging some of these guys down, as usual. And then I'll see you guys back on the campaign map.
Let the people rejoice in our victory.
Awesome, so got a little bit of money there. And some more heroism. We only lost 200 troops, they lost over double that, so that's good. Gained an ancillary there as well, I'll check that out in a second. And I think with this one we're going to take the replenishment because we're probably going to have to march out to finish those guys off. If we can. Can we reach them? Yes, we can. We should be able to beat them, I think. I think we're in their weakened state. They're losing... Oh, so they're lacking 2 units and one of their generals. I think we go finish them off. Decisive victory for ourselves. We'll just delegate this one. Nice.
It was heaven's plan.
Bit more money and a bit more heroism, I'm guessing. Yep. And again, we'll take replenishment.
It is done. Remain
and that leaves the tea house undefended. We can actually reach it this turn as well, so let's just go for it, I think.
Strike together.
And silly me, totally forgot there's a garrison in there, but that's fine. I think we'll still be able to beat them. I am actually just going to starve them out, though. 0 turns until their supplies are depleted, which means they're going to start taking attrition straight away, so they'll have to strike out to fight me. Or take the penalties, take the attrition, sorry. So let's starve them out.
Strike them!
And then we'll have Changsha under our control, which is perfect. We'll have to decide what we're going to do next after that. As for these guys, they're still going to sit up here replenishing. That's fine. So we've lifted that siege. Gained an ancillary Cleaver of Mountains. Ooh, nice. That's a... Is that a legendary weapon? Maybe we took that off the general we just killed. I'll have to see who wants that one. I think that's a good candidate for Huang Gai. But we'll take a look. Financial situation's massively improved there as well, I think because we lifted that siege, which is good. Let's just check on Huang Gai. So the weapon he's got currently does 707 armor piercing damage and 177 sort of base melee damage. Gives him expertise and instinct. This one does a hell of a lot more damage, that's for sure. Bit of a slower attack rate, and gives him resolve as opposed to expertise and instinct, but he doesn't need either of those really. It doesn't really matter which one, so yeah, let's give Huang Gai the Cleaver of Mountains. That sounds cool. We then have that spear, which we can actually give to someone as well. Lady Wu's got the Ancient Silver Sword, so that's fine. Lu Fan, we've actually given him a bow, didn't we? Yeah, that's fine as well. Cheng Pu, we gave some new weapons last time. I think he's happy with what he's got, so we'll just keep that spear for the next general that comes along that needs a weapon. Or we can trade it possibly, but with that I think we end the turn unless there's anything we can upgrade. So in Badong... Okay, so if in Badong we can improve the Woodcutter's Camp for 1,450, which we can afford. Takes 3 turns and will increase our income from peasantry slightly, so let's do it. I know it's kind of dangerous doing this when we're in negative numbers, but we are winning enough battles and fighting enough battles to kind of supplement that at the moment. So I'm not too worried about it, it should be fine. And on that note then, let's end the turn there, and hope that Liu Bao goes away in the next one. Probably going to have to fight him though. Alright, so some more wars declared. I think I'm going to stop reading through all of these all the time unless there's anything of note to ourselves. Huang Zhu's joined the war there with Liu Bao as well. Alright, so an event here. Master of Trade. Your shrewdness in all matters of trade has created much prosperity for the people of Dongwu. Its merchants present you with a gift to show their gratitude. So chance to gain an ancillary for Lady Wu. Okay. I guess that'll happen when it happens. Character development, a few more people of merit. I do want to start recruiting some more people, but we're just losing so much money, it's not really feasible at the moment. So the money income's kind of dropped again. I'm unsure really as to why. Is what it is though. We're just going to have to keep taking settlements until we kind of get into the positive. That's fine. That's why, actually, Lu Su has been recalled. We can send him back out again. That's fine. We were aware of that. Okay, so we've got to wait one turn before we can send him out again, so this turn we're going to lose quite a hefty chunk of change. But then next turn we'll get him sent back out. That's fine. So, in terms of replenishment, these guys still waiting. A few more turns for them. Whereas Mr. Liu Biao, he's replenishing quite quickly. It's my generals mainly that are an issue for me. They're taking quite a while to get back up to full strength. Whereas, because he's just recruited his generals, they're all at full strength. It's fine, we'll have to deal with it. Lu Su has leveled up. So we could give him a point in either precision, which is only really useful if he's a commander, or intuition, which gives him a bit of expertise, and income from industry. Again, doesn't really help us in itself, but probably better that we're giving that, given that he's not a general. And we've got some experts leather armour, which I don't think we have any Sentinel class units who can use that at the moment. So that's all good. So it looks like the Han Empire did not
as one blade.
come out to fight us in this one. Which means that they will have taken some attrition in that last one. That last turn, sorry. Which they have, yep.
It is our time to be heard.
So let's see what the chances are of us taking it now. So we'd have low casualties, they would have high casualties, we're predicted to win. Let's just delegate this one and take the tea house.
Heaven guided our weapons.
So we didn't lose very many men, we didn't make much money from it either, but that's fine. Gain some heroism, we're going to occupy this one.
They are lost and need guidance.
So we have the whole of Changsha now. That's actually brought our income back up considerably, which is brilliant.
Poised to strike.
So the tea house, yeah, that gives us income from commerce. So as soon as we can start upgrading that, that'll be really beneficial for us. It also provides a bit of a garrison, which is fine. They're going to take a little while to replenish, so that's all good. That's good news for us. Once we send Lu Su back out on assignment in Changsha, the income should jump up quite a bit. So that's good news for us. Now I'll end the turn there. I don't think there's anything else for us to do. Okay, so we've secured Changsha Commandery. Not sure if that means anything for us. Doesn't tell us here if it does or not, but that's fine. Anyway, we'll end the turn there and see if Liu Biao does anything in this next turn. Alright then, so Huangzhou has joined war against alongside Liu Biao. We've got another event here, so sparring partners. A chance to spar with a good friend arises. A rare opportunity in these frantic times. You confess to being a little out of practice as you begin and soon find yourself on the end of a flurry of blows that you simply cannot anticipate. After falling to the floor one too many times, you concede, vowing to do better next time. So the relationship has deepened between Lu Fan and Lady Wu. That's cool. Glad to hear they're all getting along nicely. Now these guys are almost fully replenished in terms of the troops. We're still again waiting for the generals here. And Liu Bao is going to have a fully replenished force, I think, in 3 turns time. So we'll have to be ready for him. He may even move off sooner than that, but let's keep an eye on it. Now then, for Chengpu, I'm going to leave him here to replenish for a little while. But we do need to start kind of planning the next move. So he's sitting down here. We've got deserted settlements here to the south. Now, I think we have to take an army there. If I remember rightly, we'd have to take an army there, and you kind of leave a bunch of men in that settlement to bring it back up and running. It takes a bunch of turns and costs a bunch of money. So ideally we want to take the Han Empire settlements first before we start meddling with that. Now, what have we got? So there's Ling Ling, which is a toolmaker. I'm guessing the other settlements for Ling Ling are down here to the south because I can't seem to see them. Oh, sorry, no, they're right here. So I've got Ling Ling there as well, which is a large town. Rice paddy, got a toolmaker, and I can't see the lumberyard, so I'm guessing that's behind here somewhere. So that might be the next commandery we should go after. Unfortunately, I can't see if there's any armies there, other than I can see that the toolmaker is undefended and has a fairly small garrison as well. So when these guys are replenished, it might be worth moving them further south into Ling Ling. The other option is to bring them further north. There's kind of 3 different commanderies here. So there's Yujiang, which one of them is deserted. We've got a copper mine, rice paddy and livestock farm. There's Poyang, just got the town, copper mine, iron mine and weapons craftsman. Or Lujiang, which has a small city, lumberyard and fishing port. That would take us further out to the east if we start taking those settlements, which might not be a bad idea, to be honest. Start moving out to the east. There's lots of land there to sort of take. But then south's not a bad idea either for the same reason. Okay, well, we can make that decision at a later date. We want to let these guys replenish first anyway. So let's do that, and I think we end the turn here. Unless there's anything we can be upgrading. The tea house we can, which gives us a bit more commerce income. But it just cost a bit too much, actually, so we can't do that this turn. Okay, that's fine. Let's end the turn there then. Alright, so some more wars joined. Zhang Yan's declared war on Liu Yu. More people gone to war with Ma Teng. All good. Okay, so I've decided I'm screwed. Liu Biao has bought another army south, and it's a big full stack of troops. Not good. Not good at all. I'm going to have to deal with these guys one by one, for sure. If I let them kind of group up here, I've got no chance because I can't field another army at the moment. So, I need to have a think on how I'm going to deal with this. Now, it's only another few turns until all my troops are replenished. We definitely have the stronger generals out of this army and this army here. Yeah, very tricky. Gan Ning has low satisfaction. Can we give him something to help with that? So he's got a bow at the moment which doesn't give him any satisfaction. Maybe it's worth swapping that out for something else. Yeah, let's do it. Let's give him one of these. That should up his satisfaction a tiny bit, so it's up to 25 now. He desires a higher court position, that's why he's so upset. Well, we can give him one at some point, just not yet. Can't really afford it at the moment. In terms of buildings, the woodcutter's camp has upgraded, that's cool. And we've got a bunch more people of merit. All fine. Yeah, bit of a tricky situation here then in terms of how to deal with this. It's really frustrating actually. Maybe I should have actually taken Genling when I had the chance. Maybe. I don't know if it would have helped. I think if I send these guys to fight on the water here, balance of power there looks quite even. In fact, in favour of Chen Gong there, somewhat. So maybe we're going to have to wait for them to land. They could land absolutely anywhere. They could come for me here in Badong. They could take the trade port there in Changsha. They could land over here and come to the large town. What's the garrison like here? See, the garrison is quite terrible, even there. Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky situation, this one. I feel like this whole region is a bit contested at the moment. Maybe we start bringing them south to defend here and maybe give up the trade port and the lumberyard in Badong. Don't want to do that though. Not at all. Really what we need to do is get the financial situation under control and in a bit of a surplus. In fact, that reminds me, I need to send out Lu Su on assignment. So in one turn, he will do that. Yeah, so we need to be making enough money to field either another army or strengthen this one. I'm not quite sure which. Okay. I do feel that moving these guys further south for now is going to actually be beneficial. It just means giving up Badong, that's the only problem. How much money does Badong make me? So at the moment 135, that's not a lot actually. I mean, I can't really afford to lose it, but it's not the end of the world. The trade port in Changsha makes me 248. Yeah, well, okay, let's not think about it too much, because then I'll just never make a decision. Let's get these guys moved south. If we have to give up Badong, we have to give up Badong, that's fine. Wherever these guys land, we will go and attack them. So, I'm not going to let them get away with it. Hopefully they don't group up, That spells disaster for me if they do. Anyway, let's end the turn there and see what happens next. Some more wars going on. It's all fine. Alright, so friends stick together. So in the fading light of day, you and your friend gather for a drink. It's an almost ritualistic time for you both. A time to sit, reflect and enjoy one another's company. There's seldom time these days, not like there used to be. So you both savour the moment and each other's company. And fine wine. So Huang Gai and Lady Wu's relationship has deepened. That's cool. Okay, so the second army here of Liu Bao, they landed on my coast there just by Badong. Half tempted to march these guys right back up.
Order will spread throughout.
Problem being, if I do that, I can't actually reach them this turn to fight them, and it would mean that they can probably get Liu Bao into the fight as well, or could they actually? I don't think they can in one turn get him right across the river. So maybe I do that actually, bring them back. If I can single them out, then I think I've got a good chance to fight them, to beat them rather, if I fight the battle myself. Gain some ancillaries, that's fine. Yeah, okay, so let's just have a quick look here. Chengpu. Almost fully replenished. I think it might be safe enough to start moving them south. Let's just move them up to the border here so they still get a bit more replenishment for another turn. And then next turn, we'll take the toolmaker there. Nothing to do in terms of the commanderies. That's all good. Money is an issue, but we're about to fight a battle, so hopefully we'll make some money. If we win, that is. In terms of assignments then, so yeah. Liu Su is on assignment now, making us a little bit more money. Doesn't look like the income's changed much as a result of that, but that's okay, that's fine. Hopefully we beat these guys and get some money that way. I'm just a little bit worried that in fighting them I might lose a lot of troops and then Liu Biao comes in and finishes me off. But that's a risk I'm going to have to take, so let's end the turn there and see what he does. So Gongsun Zhan has signed a peace treaty with Han Fu. Han Fu's declared war on Zhang Chao. I'm bankrupt. Oh dear. So this makes the faction vulnerable and in danger of collapse. So we definitely need to get some money going this turn. We've actually taken attrition. Or we're taking attrition in the next turn. No, we actually took some that turn. That's not good. I think that's because of the bankruptcy. But it looked like we had enough to cover ourselves for one more turn, I think. No, we didn't actually, did we? Right, well that changes things a little bit. I'm still going to have to make this attack. I'm going to have to. I don't have a choice on that one. Lady Wu's gained a point here. Let's just see where we can put that. Giving her a bit more morale, that might not be a bad idea. Fire arrows also not necessarily a bad idea. Yeah, let's go for the fire arrows. So we know about that. Got some more people of interest, that's fine. So yeah, taking attrition, I'm guessing this is due to the bankruptcy, but they've taken it for one turn already. So yeah, let's get these guys taking the toolmaker as soon as possible.
With righteousness.
Looks like it'd be a close victory, but I think we delegate this one anyway.
This is proof of our righteousness.
Close victory, we made a little bit of money. A little bit of heroism, and let's occupy this one too.
Peace and purity shall rule here now.
Okay, so that's brought the income up a little bit. It saves us for at least one more turn. So here's another one, forced migration. So your general reports that swift colonization of the recently annexed territory will be crucial to our prosperity, with many of our people keen to seek residency in the newly acquired lands. He advises that we help speed up the migration process by sending out the military to organise and mobilise the masses. So a few options here. We can ignore this advice and nothing happens. We can migrate in convoys, which decreases replenishment. So this is for Chengpu's army. That might not be a good idea. Reduces it by 15% for 5 turns, but the population gets a plus 20% bonus, or we give it a plus 10% bonus and take the replenishment debuff for just 3 turns. I think I'm just going to ignore this advice and do nothing on that one. So income's kind of sorted itself out. We've got another turn here where we're going to be okay, I think. Still says they're suffering attrition. I'm not too sure why now. Military supplies are all okay as well. It's the same here with this army. Okay, I think what we're going to have to do is fight this battle. We do have a reform which we can quickly jump onto. Maybe take this one, which gives us plus 10% income from all sources. Helps us out a little bit more. I'm a little bit worried about fighting this battle. But I think we're going to have to do it. I think we're going to have to. We've got fire arrows, so we can burn down some of their walls. They only have wooden walls when they make a fort like this. So yeah, let's attack them. Let's get it done. Alright then, so I'll see you guys on the battlefield for this one. This is going to be a good one, I think. So let's see. Alright then, so we need to decide how we're going to deploy the troops. Now, just looking at everybody looks fairly well replenished. Couple of units here that are not, and our generals are not at full strength. But I think when I was looking at the attrition on the campaign map, it looked a bit worse than it was. So yeah, they're at enough strength to be able to do what they need to do for this battle. Now I think in terms of a strategy for this, we're going to have to attack from maybe 2 sides. So I'm thinking use these trees for cover on one side and use this big open space for the other. Using our archers, we can burn down these towers here, which helps us. The archers themselves will take a bit of punishment while they're doing it, but it's necessary. I think it doesn't take too long, I don't think, to get those towers down, and then it gives us a bit of a choke point to fight their men. We can also, if we've got some ammo left over, burn down some of these walls to make flanking manoeuvres if needed. With our multiple bolt crossbows, they also have some as well, so what I think I want to do is, I don't know if this is going to be maybe wasting them, but maybe target their multi-bolt crossbow with it to try and take that out quickly. But I think if they group their men up here by these choke points by the gates, it might be a good idea for me to shoot them and take out a big bunch of men all at once. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. I'm going to leave it on this side anyway. Same with my archers here, and I'll set the rest of the men up and then be back with you. Alright then guys, so don't know if this is a good plan or not, but we'll see. So as you saw before, I've got the crossbows here. I'm going to decide who to shoot at when I get the chance. Now with the rest of the troops here, so I've got my archers here who can use flaming arrows, which let me just set them now. On this side they're going to take out these towers. Once they've done that, I'll move on to this corner tower here and then try and go for these ones just to help these guys out, and also need to maybe burn down some of these walls to allow me to make flanking manoeuvres. So that's the plan for them. I've then got a melee force here led by Lady Wu. They're going to wait until the coast is clear and then start moving in. We've got Lufan with the archers as well, sorry, because he is also equipped with a bow. Then I've got my cavalry here hidden in the trees. I'm going to keep them hidden until, again, there's somewhere where we can get men in to flank. And then we'll get them round to the back if possible. Second melee force here. And second set of archers here as well. These guys don't have flaming arrows though, so I'm just going to set them to shoot at their infantry, and I'll try and pick out unshielded infantry or their skirmishers where possible. So, I think without any further ado, we get started with this. So I think initially what I'm going to do is get my archers here running out to shoot these. And I'll get this infantry group moved up a little bit. These guys, let's see who we want to shoot them at. Maybe shoot them there if possible. They seem a bit clumped up. Let's get these archers moving in. Just get them about there, just so they can shoot. And let's get these guys marching straight up in front. Let's have Lufan probably aim at one of their generals if possible. Let's just keep him with the archers for now. And yeah, they've already taken out that tower and wall. That's good. Let's shoot this one here. And that's already up in flames as well. Quickly then move over here to this side. Let's move these guys in. And let's have them shoot into this blob here with the crossbows.
Have I beaten you before?
Do you intend to bore me to death?
Everything seems to be going alright so far. Where are their crossbows actually? I can't see them. Maybe I was wrong and they don't have any. Although I thought they did. Yeah, they do. They're here. Okay, let's shoot at them with ours now. Or we send Lufan to shoot at them as well. Okay, let's start going for their skirmishers now too. And let's start charging in some of the men here. Let's use these guys to flank. In fact, let's just go take out their crossbows. That's probably the smarter thing to do. And with our crossbows, we can shoot at some of their men again. Same for the skirmishers. These guys have been charged. I did not realise that was happening. That's my own fault. I'm actually going to send in my cav now to flank these guys. Let's try shoot at their cavalry as well. Lady Wu, let's get her into this fight. That's good. We've taken out their multi-shot crossbows as well. Lufan, who are you shooting at? What are you doing? Let's just get him charged in, fighting somebody. He's run out of ammo, I think. Same with these bows as well. In fact, let's shoot at their bows here. I almost charged them straight into the front of them, which I didn't want to do. Let's get the charger into the flank there. Get these archers shooting. All looking good so far. Lusu, you go... Sorry, Lufan, you go shoot at those guys. Now they've got some stronger shielded spearmen here, so I'm going to try and get these guys to shoot them in the back. If they can do so, that will be good. Lady Wu, you come back this way and help out over here. Enemies fleeing over this side. Let's pull my cavalry out as well. In fact, let's pull them this way if we can. Sit them in the middle for now. And maybe get another charging maneuver on those guys. Flanking maneuver, sorry. Or we pull them back this way and start flanking here. Sorry, even better target, these guys. And we'll cycle charge for a little while with them. Lufan has been defeated, that's not good. So has Huang Gai, has he? No, Huang Gai has gone into a frenzy, so has Lady Wu. Ah, he's actually completely dead, I think. That's not good. Yeah, that's not good at all. Never mind. Stop the crossbow shooting now, because I think we run the risk of shooting our own troops at the moment. We're still shooting into their side, so that's all good. Where have all our troops gone from this side? Have they run? Nope, they're just chasing off troops. In fact, I think some of them have run, actually. Lady Wu, let's just keep her fighting there. What her abilities actually, I didn't even check. So she's got a passive buff, that's fine. Let's grab my cavalry. Move them out of there, don't want to keep them in a prolonged fight.
You are no warrior at all.
Silence!
Just want to kind of cycle charge with these guys.
The enemy run. Craven.
Let's get them in the back there as well.
Move out quickly!
Make ready. The time has come.
Run! Run!
Okay, we've overwhelmed them here at this gate now. I think they're all running. Yep.
To attention.
It looks like they're all running.
Move out quickly.
Good. Oh, we lost Lufan. I'm a bit upset about that one. He was cool. Never mind. Who have they got left? No one by the looks of it. Oh, just this general here.
One step closer to victory.
Make ready.
So let's just have everyone fighting this general.
To attention.
Keep our bows to one side.
The enemy general falls.
There we go, enemy general's dead. That's the victory for us. Alright. Well, I think we knew that was going to be a tough battle. Didn't expect to lose a general completely, but it's what it is. We'll have to recruit another one. Maybe get Ganning. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, we'll claim the victory here. And I'll see you guys back on the campaign map.
Celebrate. Our victory was just.
Alright, so that made us some money. Got us a bit of heroism as well. So we lost 460 men there. They lost nearly 700. I mean, we won, but in terms of the numbers, it's not brilliant. So this guy won't let us employ him. Not that I wanted to anyway. He's got nothing of value to steal. Might as well actually just release this guy. He's only level 1. And we could do with the money.
Run back to your masters.
Here, we only get 4% replenishment. That's not a lot, and the money's quite enticing, because we do need it at the moment. We're in the positive here at the moment, but I think that's because we're down a general. As soon as we take another one, that's going to shoot back up again. I wonder if taking the replenishment's the smarter thing to do here, rather than the money. Yeah, let's take the replenishment. And in terms of general then, Ganning seems like the obvious choice here, but also the most expensive one. I think another strategist is probably the smarter move. Dingy is not very good in a fight, but he's got good morale. Out of all of these strategists that we've got available to us, I think he's probably the best one. Doesn't cost too much either, and he can just take over the retinue here. So yeah, while it would be nice to get Ganning into the fight because he's a very strong general, right now I think we just take Dingy.
For harmony.
Yep, so Lufan died. Sad times. Got Dingy as the new general here, and that improves our financial situation a little bit.
Caution douses the heart's
Now,
desire.
the difficulty I'm going to have here is that, okay, yeah, I can chase him down, I can kill him, we probably lose a few more men if we do it.
Truth is an unquenchable flame.
Then we've still got Liu Bao's army to deal with. Now, it might take him a couple of turns to get here, and I can probably retreat into the lumberyard, or further away if needs be. But I'm definitely not going to be able to challenge him with this army. Unfortunately, I think in terms of my options, I'm out of them, and I'm going to have to take out this army. If I don't, they're going to replenish and just cause me more trouble. So let's do that. Actually, let's go for them. It'll be a decisive victory for us, so let's do it. Let's just delegate this one. And that's him dead.
Let feasting commence.
Makes us a little bit more money, quite a bit more money actually, that's good. And a bunch more heroism. We've captured Chen Gong. I think we captured him before and we let him go. He still looks like he doesn't have anything. Okay, he's got a stone pig that we'll take from him, but it's fine. Wonder if we just release him for the money. Yeah, let's do it. Let's release him. And let's take the replenishment on this occasion. We've got enough money.
With me. Heaven rewarded our passion.
Can remove them back into Badong. Yes, we can. Let's do that for the extra replenishment.
Once again, I feel the
That stands us in better stead, actually. Yeah, we're in an okay position now. I think if Liu Bao decides to come and attack us, we're going to have to sit them there for replenishment a little bit more. Rivals then, so Lady Wu and Chen Gong are rivals. Lady Wu and Xiao Shiyu. Oh, she was in the battle that we just fought as well. Zhang Min was killed in battle. And I think we're aware of the rest. That's fine. Okay then, so let's have a quick look at everyone. Gan Ning is still upset, and I think it's because he desires a higher court position, really. That's the one thing that's knocking that down. As soon as we get the money to do it, I'm going to recruit him probably into Chengpu's army. But for right now, he's going to have to just be upset. Hopefully he doesn't leave us. And with Chengpu's army, once they've got a bit of replenishment going, I'm going to keep taking the provinces in Lingling and try to get this commandery under our belt as well. It'll make us a bit more money, a bit more land. We can field some more armies and so on, and we can keep moving south as much as we can, really, until we meet too much resistance that we can't do it. So on that note, guys, I'm going to end the episode there. If you made it this far, as always, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like if you liked the video, comment if you've got any tips or feedback for me, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell for notifications. You'll get notified whenever a new episode comes out. Alright, until next one.